Hey guys, for today's how-to, I'm going to show you a little bit more in depth on how I did my switch panel. Now to start out, you have 4 wires going to your ignition. You got battery, accessory, ignition, and start. And what this translates over to a wiring diagram is your key position. When it's off, nothing's going on. When you hit the accessory switch, the battery turns on to the accessories. Same for ignition, you got accessory and ignition. And then when you have the start, your accessory will turn off for a second. That's because to get all the power going to the starter motor, it cuts off the accessories. And then you have the ignition on, and then the actual wire going to the starter will be hot. Alright, so now get on with the relays. This setup is a single pole, single throw style setup. The way this works is you don't send all your power going through the switch to, say, the fog lights. You actually have it go through a relay. So you have your battery power going into one side, and then going to your fog lights or whatever else you want powered. You could have underglow or whatever. Anyway, so you got power going to the switch, and then that switch going to the relay is just a signal wire. You're not getting the full juice going through this wire. If you did, it would get really hot and start making fires and stuff. So all your power is going through the relay. So it's just signal wire, battery wire going in, and then your battery wire going out to, say, your fog lights, and then your negative, your ground. Now, you also have a setup called a single pole double throw. Now, in this case, how I have it set up, let's say this wire is going to your ignition. Now, let's say you wanted a start button. Well, this would be your start button. As I said earlier, you have to have your accessory actually cut off. So you would have a separate switch that went just to your ignition with the relay and everything. Then your starter button, the single pole double throw relays, will have this other connection in the middle of it. So let's say this goes to your actual starter motor. And then this connection will go to your accessory wire. Remember how I said your accessory will actually cut off? So the way this works, if this switch is off, it'll actually send power to whatever's in the center, in this case accessory. And then when you flip the switch on, it'll cut the wire going to this and then send all the power going to your starter. So I've had quite a few questions about a simple ignition switch and a start button. This little basic setup you can buy them pretty much anywhere. So once you got the battery going into your ignition switch, you flick that switch on, the signal wire going to the relay will turn on, and then from your battery in, and that'll send all your power to your ignition. So everything for your ignition will turn on. And then for your start button, remember how I said you need a single pole double throw relay. So right now, if you have your ignition on, you got power going to your ignition, and it also will send power going to this relay. That's all it does, is send the power. So in the middle area, we'll have a wire going to the accessory wire. So when you flick that on, you got power going this way and down to here. But because this switch is off right now, it'll still send power to your accessory. So when you push and hold your start button, it'll send that signal wire into this relay. It'll turn this power off going to here, and then it'll send the power to your starter motor. And then when you release your start button, your accessory will kick back on and your start will kick back off. And then whenever you flick that switch down, it'll shut everything off. So hopefully that's a better explanation of everything. If you guys got any questions, please feel free to just email me or comment. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.